Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Rail lore video. Today I'll be going over the lore of the Lushaka, the Sunken Seas planar ornament set. This lore tells us about the world of Lushaka and how it became an eternally flooded world. Also, this video does contain spoilers for the quests listed on screen now, so if you haven't done those, you have been warned. Anyways, let's move right on and get into the video. Lushaka is an ocean world located in the Presemir star system. It is close to two other planets that we know of, those being Penacony, Land of the Dreams, and Melustanen, the Agate world. I've actually talked about this planet a few times before, especially in my video in which I speculated where we would go after Penacony. Of course, we now know that we'll be traveling to Amphorius instead. Since that video came out though, we have gotten some new lore about this planet thanks to one of the new planar ornament sets released in version 2.5. We may not be traveling here soon, but there is still plenty to talk about. As you may know, Lushaka is the homeworld of Mikhail Legwork, also known by his nickname Misha or his title of the Watchmaker. Because of this, we knew that humans lived on Lushaka at the time of his birth. Thanks to this planar ornament set though, we can confirm that humans do in fact still live on this planet in the present day. However, they don't live on land, as the whole world is flooded with water. To figure out why this is the case, we have to go back a few Amber eras. Lushaka is home to two main species, the land dwellers or Luvians, which are the humans, and the aqua sprites. Long ago, these two species were bitter enemies. They fought fiercely for survival, being both hunters and prey for the other species in the planet's vast waters. This relentless war was fought both above and below the water's surface, in the domains of both species. Eventually though, the war would come to an end, but only because a new disaster would take place. As you could probably guess with Star Rail, this disaster was caused by a Stellaron. This Stellaron had responded to the curses of an aqua sprite who had long lost her home during the war. After it activated, meteors began falling onto the planet as if following a single-minded wish, the wish of the Stellaron. These meteors were rich with water, causing the sea levels to rise when they crashed onto the planet. Tons of meteors would fall onto Lushaka, causing the sea levels to rise to extreme heights, completely engulfing all land. Due to this disaster, the two species stopped their war and focused on survival, each going their own way. First up, let's talk about the Luvians, or land dwellers. Due to the rising water levels, they had less and less land to stay on. Around 2148 Amber Era, there was still a bit of land, but it too soon would become enveloped by the waves. I must note that this date is an estimate based on the fact that Misha lived on Lushaka during the era of rising sea levels. His parents, Mikhail and Char, were both seafarers on the planet. When Misha was young, Mikhail embarked on an expedition to ensure that everyone had land to settle on. He would also explore the sea to search for the mysterious source of the rising seawater, but he was unable to stop it. Of course, Misha himself wouldn't stay on the planet for long, choosing to join the Astral Express and travel the stars. If you want to hear more about Misha's story, I do talk about it in my recent History of Penacony video, so I recommend you check that out. For now, let's get back to the remaining humans on Lushaka. The rest of the Luvians on the planet were able to survive, but they had a problem. Since the sea level rose so dramatically, their cities fell beneath the waves, taking their homes away. In order to have places to live, the people would build gigantic state ships that float along the water's surface. These state ships are likely the ships seen on the planar ornaments, resembling old sailing vessels. Other than housing the people of the planet, these ships also search for artifacts of Lushaka's old era beneath the waves. As they sail on, they look for any traces of dry land left for the people to settle on. Moving on though, let's talk about the other main species of Lushaka, the aqua sprites. The aqua sprites remain down in the water as it is their natural environment. Stories about them would be told by deep-sea investigators, which claimed that they often accompanied sea dragons and resided in a silvery city deep underwater. In the present day, it is considered a lucky omen to encounter an aqua sprite. In the past, however, the Luvians gave them the name Edars, seeing them as monsters of the deep sea. The Luvians cared little for the Edars, seeing juvenile ones as mere fishing catches. In response, the Edars retaliated by luring land dwellers to drown by following their lovely songs. Aqua sprites are said to have unique vocal cords capable of producing ethereal sounds, adding on to their siren inspirations. Of course, these small conflicts would eventually grow into the relentless war fought between the two species. As I stated earlier, this war would stop after the Stellaron crisis began. The meteors would rain down and raise the water level, which you might think would be beneficial to the Aqua sprites. However, it actually wasn't easier for them to survive in this changed world either. After all, there is such a thing as too much water. Due to the increased amount of water on the planet, the water pressure would rise as well. The deep waters where the Aqua sprites tended to live would become uninhabitable due to the high pressure. The Aqua sprites were forced to constantly migrate upward to avoid these high pressure areas, meaning they are constantly on the move, much like the Luvians. In fact, the Aqua sprites now live in the sunken cities that the Luvians once called home. In the present, the Aqua sprites coexist peacefully with the Luvians. Both species are too engrossed in their own survival, and the battles of the past have even been forgotten. On the rare chance they do encounter one another, they treat each other with respect. When Luvian stateship singers catch a glimpse of the Aqua sprites along their nautical course, they will start to sing a melody for them. They journey along the course, in pursuit of the light tower and storm, seeking only to reclaim that pure blue. For the final section of this video, I of course want to talk about Lushaka as a potential destination for the Astral Express. Lushaka is a world that I could definitely see us visiting at some point in the future. Before we decided on Amphorius, it was proposed as a destination for the Express due to its proximity to Penacony. Himiko especially wanted to visit it due to its significance as the homeworld of the Watchmaker, who we learned a lot about during our time on Penacony. If we were to travel here after Amphorius, there is a lot of potential for what we could see. For new playable characters, we could have both Luvians and Aqua sprites, allowing for more variety in our playable characters. Since it is an oceanic planet, we could even get some underwater exploration here. After all, I don't think all of our time here would be spent aboard one of the state ships. For the enemies of Lushaka, we could face some deep sea creatures or even some new varieties of Fragmentum monsters. As for the story here, we would of course focus on the Stellaron. It is the cause of the planet's rising sea levels, so it would be central to a plot on the planet. We could work to find and seal the Stellaron in order to stop the water from rising any higher. While reversing the heightened water would be quite difficult, this would be a step in the right direction. Both the Luvians and Aqua sprites wouldn't have to focus on their individual survival as much, which could lead to them working together. After all, the conflicts of the past have been almost completely forgotten, so this could pave the way for a future where the species of Lushaka finally work together. The Luvians could build new cities above the water's surface, while the Aqua sprites could help recover relics from their old cities. In return, the Luvians could work on expeditions to the legendary Silver City of the Aqua sprites. It would take a lot of time, but sealing the Stellaron could help set this world on the right path and allow the two species to heal from the conflicts of the past. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the lore of Lushaka. Many of the planets that I've covered in this series so far have had lore that's rather sad, but this lore actually fills me with hope for the planet's future. If you want more lore about Star Rail planets though, I recommend my videos on Penacony, Salsodo, the Xianzhou Juming, and Sigonia 4. With that said, I would love to hear what other bits of lore you'd like me to cover in the comments below as well. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Sources and further readings are also in the description if you want to check them out. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next video.